It's time for Wretched Radio with Todd Friel.
Did you ask for this? No. Are we going to give it to you anyway? Absolutely.
New from Laodicea Records, A Jerry Lewis Christmas.
Silent Night! Holy Night!
All your holiday favorites with that famous Jerry Lewis twist.
Hey, lady! Santa Claus is coming to town!
Christmas wouldn't be Christmas without Jerry Lewis.
You're a mean one, Mr. Martin. You know, you really are a heel.
Order your copy now and receive a bonus copy of A Jerry Lewis Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah! Happy Hanukkah!
How can one man sing both Christian and Jewish songs? Does that really matter? Get your copy of A Jerry Lewis Christmas today and have a very Jerry Christmas.
Felicia Rashad! Felicia Rashad! Felicia Rashad, the lady on the Cosby Show. She played Theo's mom. Hello.
Are we proud of that? No.
It gets
we're
worse
not.
every year.
This is Wretched
Sure
Radio.
seems to, doesn't it?
Makes a perfect stocking stuffer. And hey, speaking of gifts, what is yours? That's right, Christian. That was a segue. What is your spiritual gift? You got one when you were converted. It is a unique gift. It is not one that you previously possessed. You may have had other skills that you can employ in Christian service, but that is not what your spiritual gift is. The Holy Spirit gives you something new. Now, it might be related. It might be tangential. But nevertheless, there will be a uniqueness about it, something that you did not possess before getting saved. You get one, whether you asked for one or not. Why are these gifts given to us? For the encouragement of the body. You'll see it all throughout the New Testament, that we are to employ the gift that God has given to each one of us for the edification of the body. The question, of course, then is, what is your gift? Well, I can't tell you that there is an exhaustive list in the New Testament, but there are a lot of categories, a lot of different ways that you can be put into service based on the gift the Holy Spirit has provided for you that may not be enumerated in the Bible. Gift of administration, leadership, contributing to the needs of others, encouragement, evangelism, faith, helping others, hospitality, shepherding, teaching, distinguishing spirits, in other words, discernment. You got one of those or something like it, or even something different, but it is something that you should be using in service in your local church. Now, the question is, how do you know what that gift is? So glad you asked, because we are happy to accommodate. Just like giving you Jerry Lewis for Christmas, this is perhaps some things that you can do. These are some things. Had a little verb problem there for a second. I'm over it now. I didn't have any caffeine yesterday. And not to say that I'm addicted, but wow, did I get a headache. Oh, man, Scylla. If you don't think that you're addicted to crack, I mean coffee, just go ahead. Give it a go one day. Try it. Double dog dare you. And when your head starts throbbing, you will have your answer. Trust me. How you can discover your gift if you haven't figured it out, this should help. Number one, study the subject. 2 Timothy 2:15, study it. What do these gifts look like in the Bible? What does the Bible teach about these giftings? Study it. You'll become more and more familiar. You study, for instance, you can go into depth. What is the gift of administration? What is the gift of faith? That way, when you're studying it, you might just stumble into, whoa, that's what I've got. And you can start using it. Number two, observe others using their gifts. Just go to the shopping mall or to a movie theater and just study other people. And then you'll see their gifts and you can, wait a second, I am sorry. That's wrong. You can't observe others using your gifts in those contexts. There is only one place, the local church. Hence the importance of being a member of a local body. You can observe others, see what they're doing. How do they act? Because it's probably going to look a little unusual from the way the world looks. Study other people in your local church. Number three, think in terms of how God gives gifts for the body. How does he give them? What do they look like? How do they manifest themselves? What are the big categories? What are the needs of the body? In other words, this is okay. And frankly, we should all really like doing this because we get to study our favorite subject ourselves. And so you study, how does God give these gifts? And why would he give them? Juggling. You got saved, and all of a sudden you realize, hey, I think I'm pretty good at juggling. Well, then ask yourself the question, does God give the gift of juggling to the body for the edification of the saints? Well, I suppose you could say, sure, once every few years at the church talent contest, I get to use my gift. Well, that's not the way the gifts are supposed to be used on occasion. It is supposed to be a regular employing of these gifts. And if you can't do it by juggling, or dare I say miming, then it's probably not a gift of the Spirit. Study the issue. Number 4, ask others what gifts they see in you. You might be surprised what they say. You know what? I've been studying you, and this is what I've seen. We've been doing this Sunday school together for the last several years, and you know what I've noticed? Let others help you. This is another benefit of the local church, which is not stressed enough these days. This would be part of the external identification. Internally, you should be able to figure this out to a degree by studying the issue, looking at yourself. What did I not used to have that I now have? How could that be used for the body? And externally, though, others can come alongside you and say, you know what, I see this. And chances are pretty fair if that's your spiritual gift. You're going to go, I thought so, because I've thought that myself. Number 5. Just don't think that this is all loosey-goosey, hippy-dippy here. Experiment. You just heard 10 of the different types of gifts, and that isn't by no means exhaustive, but try it. If you've never taught before, try teaching. Does your class dwindle from 50 to 0? Well, that might be a sign you don't have that gift. But if maybe people come up to you and go, wow, you are so good at this. I really enjoy this. And your class maybe even maintains or grows. Now, please note, I don't think I've ever been involved in a Bible study ever that didn't shrink. So that isn't necessarily a determiner that you don't have the gift. But if people are really enjoying it, or they're affirming you and saying, I've never heard it presented the way that you do. Wow, I really benefit from your class. The way that you say things is so helpful. Experiment. Do you like being hospitable? Well, you don't know if you don't try. Maybe you never even thought about it before, but now you're going to give it a go because you're going to try to figure out your gift, and you suddenly delight in putting people up or hosting or throwing a dinner for the people at the church who just came back from the missions trip. Try it. See if you got it. Number 6, do you enjoy using that particular gift? God doesn't give you something that's torture. That's really how you know it's a gift. You like it. And maybe you didn't even like it before. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But now all of a sudden, wow! So if you don't like doing something, that's probably not your gift. 7, do others benefit from your gift? If they don't, you don't. Number 8, does God seem to be blessing it? If he isn't, you isn't. Got it. Like I do not currently have the good gift of Grammarly. I'm suddenly struggling with that particular gifting thing. Number 9, this one might help you. This is not a definitive determiner of what your spiritual gift is, but this might help you. Think about your church. Quick, tell me the thing that gets up your nose. What is it? Come on, what is it? What bothers you there that you see it all the time? What is it? That might be your gift. Because you identify, because you see the lack, you see the need, and you just know, if I were involved in this, I could do this better. Now, I'm not talking about a pride-filled observation, but I'm saying if you comment on something that needs to be done all the time in the church, it might be, not definitively, but it might be that you've got that gift. So jump in and start doing that thing. Instead of crabbing, start doing. Did I take that from the Home Depot? I hope not. We don't want to get sued by them. Stop crabbing, start doing. Actually, I do it in the reverse order. I start doing, then the crabbing begins, because it never goes easy for me.
I'm ambidextrous.
And you know what? Here's a sign it's not going to go well. Mrs. Friel says, oh, this is easy. Oh, I know. And then I run off to the store. I pick up the stuff and then return to the store because I didn't get the right stuff. And then I make a third trip because it just needs one more thing that I didn't really have. I start doing, then I start crabbing. If you see something, it needs to get done, try doing it because that might be your gifting. And finally, don't fret about it. Don't be in a panic over this. But having said that, don't be lax about it either. We need your service in the body. This is how the church grows stronger. So don't dilly or dally. And definitely don't dilly-dally because we need your service for the edification of the saints in the context of the local church. So put it on a fronter burner, maybe not the frontest burner, but a front burner, so you can figure out your gifts to be a blessing and others can bless you. What is your gift? I hope it's not Jerry Lewis. This is Wretched Radio.
What the world would be like without Wretched. Nobody wants this. Please become a Wretched Gospel partner.